An 84-year-old Tampa woman was suddenly cut off from her Social Security check. Mamie Walker is supposed to receive more than $1,400, but for the past 2 months, she's received zero. She and her son couldn't get answers or help from the government, and that's when they knew they better call Bankin. 8 on your side, investigator Shannon Bankin joins me now. People really rely on that Social Security money.
Yes, they do, and she definitely does, and my heart just aches for her. And get this, she was told that the reason that they're holding her money is because the government claims she owes them nearly $250,000 for a college loan. Mamie Walker depends on her Social Security check of $1,498.
I didn't have nothing this month to pay nothing.
In February and March, Mamie received nothing. This letter claims she owes the U.S. Department of Education. Your son tells me that he checked in with Social Security and they say that you owe a big financial aid bill for going to college.
Baby, I can't spell your name right now if it's up there on that wall.
Not only did Mamie not attend college, none of her 7 children did either. But the government claims Mamie owes $224,414.50, and they are withholding her checks to pay the debt.
What kind of trade I would take it up?
That'd be one fancy degree.
I don't know what trade I would take it up. That's not going to be a surgeon, heart surgery or something.
This chart shows her next check, September 2031.
I'm so scared. Next week, they probably don't take my furniture. The light's going to be off.
Mamie's son, Morrison, called me for help after getting nowhere.
When I waited on the phones for hours, my mom was sitting right there, and they just started playing music and music and music and music.
From her living room, I called Social Security myself. Hi, I'm trying to reach Frank. I was told they'll look into it. The Walkers pray they look fast.
I work, and I try my best to help her with her bills, but now this done happened. Now I have my own bills, and she don't have no income. And now they're trying to put eviction on her house. Her water bill is done got skyrocketed. Her lights is finna get cut off.
And I will not stop there. I've called the U.S. Department of Education in addition to the Social Security Administration, and I will keep calling until she gets the money that she deserves.
I mean, I listen to this and I watch this story, and it makes me immediately think maybe identity theft. Do we think that's a possibility?
That's exactly what I think the possibility is here. I have a strong suspicion that that's it, but the government needs to investigate this and find out. And the local Social Security office, they're telling her that they can't help. And that is just not good enough.
No. I mean, if they can't help, who can? Well, you can, so you'll stay on it. Yeah.
Okay, so y'all just heard that story, and shout out to Attila the Q for sending it to me. And it is coming out of Tampa, Florida. Let me just say that this is extremely, and I do mean extremely, messed up. I mean, this woman is 84 years old. She has pretty much lived out her entire life. She's worked, so she has 7 children. She's retired. She has to rely on that Social Security check. And they pretty much garnished it because they claim she owes $224,000, almost $250,000 to a college that she never attended. She says she never attended college, neither did her 7 kids, which means she has no kind of debt or student loan payments to make to any school or anything of that nature. So I do agree with what the reporter said at the end, that it could be a possibility of identity theft. And take it from somebody who has gone through not 1, but 2 identity. Well, actually, I think 3, because I remember one happened to me a couple years ago with a cell phone, and where someone, I don't know how they got the information and just threw their names or whatever into my account. Good thing you look into something like that, but it could be a possibility that it is identity theft and somebody is using her name so they won't have to accept the payments of whatever they owe and it's thrown onto somebody else. It definitely does happen, but it's really messed up at the same time because they're taking advantage of an elder woman or an elder person, period. Like, they know that this woman can't afford to pay that, and she has to rely on that check because she can't work anymore. She relies on her check to, to cover her expenses while she's still breathing. And, you heard her son, he said that he helps pay her bills, but he said he has his own bills and he can't juggle between both. And he says that he's in fear that his mother might get evicted. Like, that's some scary stuff. Like, it really is. And I'm very sure if it ever came to that, which I hope that it doesn't, he would take her in, or one of the other 7 siblings, if they live nearby, would, be able and willing to help out with that. But, you know, like, identity theft is definitely a serious issue. And I think it's also a heavy disappointment that the entities that are involved that are supposed to be dealing with this are not helping with this either. At the end of the day, I don't see I understand why they wouldn't help, because for them it's just a money grab. They don't care who it affects. And like I've always said, student loan debt is the only form of debt that you cannot claim bankruptcy on. You can default in your payments, but then if you keep defaulting, then those interest rates will attach, and then you'll have to end up paying more eventually over time, the more you default on your payments. But she didn't go to college, so whoever debt this is not hers, and they're giving someone out there has literally put their burden onto this woman, and that's not cool, in my honest opinion. But y'all let me know what you think about this down in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. I will talk to you in the next one.